Hey guys, what's up? So back at the workbench. It's been a short while since I featured any of my car content. Sorry about shaking the table a little bit, bumped it. So as you can see, the trail honcho is actually back on the workbench. Reason being is if you watched maybe my last, I believe, crawl video when I was at the comp course with this car, I definitely stripped the bevel and the gear to go with that. So I actually thought I originally replaced it, but I actually replaced the spur and the pinion. So this time around I went with SSD. Okay, so the metal, same, we're going with the same teeth, so it's 30 T on this and 10 or 8 on this one. Okay, so that hasn't changed. It's just the SSD brand. A couple other things I'm going to do to this vehicle. Number one is, let me just show you real quick. I still haven't Loctite these things then yet, so I have to apply a little Loctite right there. Okay, oops, let me just unplug the vehicle. Okay, and two, I also have to fix the bed. I have this welded, what is it, Way and B Gym case that was from the Jeep, because that thing has a set and I had it here. However, when I just removed it in double-sided tape, I cracked my wooden board, which I have to fix right now. And then last time when I was crawling out there, I actually peeled a small piece off right here. So how I'm going to fix this, because this is going to rub if it gets vertical every single time, is I'm going to apply a little bit of this cloth tape that we use in hockey. This is basically what we wrap our stick blades with. So I'm just going to apply a little bit at the end here, and then epoxy it, and then paint over it so that it'll look like the wooden piece, but at least I'll have additional protection over the soft wood. Okay. Alright, so that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. Oh, one more thing. I'm also, because I think I messed up the wiring on this one, so only this light works. But both of these work, so I'm going to remove these, put them in the front, and the one working light, I'm going to use it down here. Try to put it here somewhere as a rock light. I've already started to remove. I removed one side here. It's just a little bit of hot glue that I put around these things, and go into the little skull head right here. But I just have to do the other side as well. Let me see what else I'm looking to do. That's pretty much it for now. That'll be it for the the trail honcho for the time being. But yeah, so now you get to see what it looks like underneath the body. My Copperhead 10 ESC, the Holmes Hobby 540. I think this is a 2200 kV motor, brushless. This is the original housing, transmission housing, but the gears inside are all metal. I've actually had to cut a piece down out here just because it was rubbing off. I think the next thing that needs to be replaced, this is going to be replaced, I believe, with the new reefs. I was looking at the Smart 1100. It's a direct current, so it's going to be plugged in directly into the ESC. And the Capra is going to inherit this one, because that one was struggling out in the rocks. So that's definitely something that needs to be replaced. And what else? That's drive shaft. I think it's the last thing that needs to go. These are still stock drive shafts. That's pretty much it. But anyways, I'm going to start removing all the pieces now to get the bevel and the gear in. And I'm also going to remove this as well. Alright. So that comes off. And this comes right off. Yeah, so a little bit of split right there. So I got to fix that. Okay. What did I do? There it is. Okay. Okay. Anyway, there's a way to do it. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much the car. On the side. What do you guys think? Let me know. These are the Rock Pirates, Rock Pirate RC, their new Interceptor chassis. Okay, so, alright, so I'm gonna shut the video off while I start stripping the pieces I need to, and after I do some update, once I get some more working done in here, then I'll update it. Okay guys, so a quick little update on what's going on. It's a mess here. So this has been repaired. The epoxy is almost hardened. It's about an hour in. It takes about 24 hours to cure. I have the tape wrapped here and covered in epoxy as well, so just waiting for this to cure. That's number one. Let's get this out of the way. Number two, I had taken, while that thing is curing, I've already removed the front axle right here. Oh yeah, sorry. The lights are now going to be directly in the headlamp area. Just show you. Alright, I'm still waiting for the epoxy to cure here. But what I did is I drilled 2 holes directly in the headlamp area. They had a little pre-measured area, so I just punched it out, glued on the secure method there, and then epoxy there. So once this epoxy is dried, to reinforce it, I'm going to add a layer of hot glue around the sides, so the little bulbs can just pop right in and all these headlamps. When I want to take this cover off, just pop them right out, and they'll hang out on the side like this. Okay, so that's that. Sadly, I had to sacrifice the headlamps here because I added a little bit of super glue to reinforce it, and I couldn't remove the bulbs, the LED bulbs. So yeah, sadly I had to basically cut them off. All right, so no more rock crawling lights as I expected before. One other thing too is, while I was doing the bevel gear, the lock bevel gear, I realized this is a one piece. The bearings go on each side. There's nothing wrong with this gear actually. This gear is fine. I cleaned off all the grease, double checked every single teeth. There is no deformation on that. The deformation though is it's on this piece, and you can see it in the sharp edge teeth right here with the grease cleaned off. You can see that's where it's busted. Okay, so sadly I won't be able to use my SSD 32th bevel gear because I just don't have that spacer, so I'll have to go get a spacer for that. I'm going to use the original one, but I am going to replace that internal bevel, little pinion with the SSD one. So that's where I stand currently with the mods. So once I get this in there, we'll do another update. Catch y'all soon.
24 hours later.
Alright guys, so right here, the car is done. I'm just doing the final touches, which is the painting side of it. But let me just show you. So bad news is I didn't tape this together, and overnight when it dried, a little bit of that crack did go through, but it is epoxy together, so it's not going to break. I just have to cover that up with paint and some wash. The black cloth hockey tape that I put here for additional protection is dried on, glued in nicely. That has to be covered with a wash and paint as well to make it look just like the wooden flatbed. So that's that side of the things. Okay, so we reattach this piece only just to the little edge right here, so hopefully we won't break this coming off in the future. Alright, so this area got cleaned up. The little side lights that I had here are no longer there. They now became the headlights of this particular vehicle. As I said before, I had to butcher the 2 headlamps on here because I actually glued them into the little well here by accident. So unfortunately I snip them off, so that rock crawler light that was supposed to go underneath is no longer there. So this zip tie needs to be painted silver, just like this one right here. So I've got my little trusty paint kit out. I'll show you in just a second here. Let me just remove this. Oh, oops, before I do that though, let me show you the headlights. Okay. So right here, that's where the LED lights are pretty much poking out. I just punched a little hole out, enlarged it, and it fastens in just like that. Now to remove it, very simple. Just power off the vehicle. It's more of a hassle now in the future, you know, removing this case versus before we just kind of pop it off like this. So now it's just Velcro, Velcro, magnet, magnet. So the wire's right here. Simple pop off, and a little pop off right here. And it comes right out. Where's the bulb not coming out? Oh, there it is. Sorry. There it is. Okay. We gotta do something about that in a second. Okay, kind of move that a little. Okay, that's good. Alright, yeah, so that's all that is. It's just two little bolt clips. The wire goes it here. So we'll have a little extra when that thing is out, but not too bad. The front is now cleaned up. There's no more headlamps here. Everything else is pretty much the same. That's pretty much it. So just to kind of show you my paint kit. I use acrylic paint for this. Sorry. So my acrylic kit is a combination of Citadel products and Vallejo, or these generic brands. Citadel is actually for, if anybody knows anything about like basically Warhammer, Forge World, that kind of stuff. Just so you can see those armies right there. So those board gaming armies. That's their brand of paint. They're super expensive. They're about, I don't know, $7 a bottle. So I try not to get too many of them, but I do have a large collection of them. And then the other brand that I mostly use for acrylics is Vallejo. But here's my nice little collection of oils, shading, acrylic paint. I have one enamel, and everything else is all acrylic. So just so you can see what I'm going to be doing, number one is I want to shade this skull because it's a brand new sticker. It looks brand new. I want it to be a little bit dull like this. And I'll do that after I paint this. Okay, so that's pretty much the update right here. I'm going to get everything done right now, and I'll show you the update later on. Alright, just so you can see, so the first layer, the dark brown has been applied, so the black's been covered up, a little bit applied here, a little bit over here, bottom as well. Now it's time to add in that lighter bark shade. Alright, so using the, I guess, Solanith bark, it's just a light tan. Got it mixed up already. The idea of this is almost like dry brushing, so I'm going to get rid of all of this excess. So what that does is it does leave a little bit of dark shade on the bottom. And you may have to do this once or twice. A little bit too much. Let's try that again. It's a little bit clunky. I'd add some more water in there. Okay, let's try this one. Better. It's starting to blend that in, and then as you can see the dark blackish lines on that, that's just that black wash right there. And that will go on afterwards. So that just gives you a little idea of how this paint and how this was created. Again, these are just your standard jumbo box popsicle sticks, as you can see from the cutouts right here. But they can be painted into a way where it does look like real large one-piece flatbeds. I'm gonna get to work on doing the rest of this. Once it dries up, I'll add the wash over it. But this is just so you can see the painting process. I've already added the silver on here and here. I just don't like the white, you know, from the zip tie. I just don't like that. I just want it to look as I don't know, consistent as possible. It's not the exact matching aluminum, but it's close enough. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. I'm going to apply the rest of this right now off camera, and I will shoot a video of the vehicle once it is completely installed and finished. Alright guys, so here it is. It is all finished up now. Alright, just pick this up and show you the truck bed. To show you the finishing touches, it's pretty blended in with the rest of the bed. Get the wash dried, added some wash on that. This is not so shiny new anymore. The bevel gear inside is replaced, greased up, and the lighting is cleaned up as well. So, well, she's ready to go. We'll get her battery charged up and go out for a crawl. That's pretty much it on this one, guys. So hope you like that. It's just a quick little simple repair and maintenance video. So, hopefully I'll be having a airplane video soon. Got a little surprise coming up. Just arrived in the mail today. Quick message. So hopefully we'll be having that with its maiden flight soon. Catch you on the next one.